Hello, hello, hello. My name is Olaf, and today I will be teaching you how to make this soup from the Great Depression era, where I was a child. Now, first, you are going to want to grab a strainer, which will be used quite often in this meal. Then, you are going to want to grab mushrooms, potatoes, beans, and any kind of meat. Here we used pork. Then, you are going to want to get a pot that you will fill with water. And you will also want a spoon. It does not specifically have to be a wooden one like I used, but it is preferred. Then you're going to want to grab your pot and fill it about halfway with water. After that, head on over to your stove and set it down. Make sure it is halfway filled and not full. That will mess it up. Then turn your stove to 8. Then you are going to want to open up your ingredients. First the mushrooms, and then the potatoes, and finally the beans. Oh god, they went all over the table. Well, whatever. Then you're going to want to grab your strainer and bring it over to the sink. Next, grab your mushrooms and bring them also over to the sink. Pour the mushrooms in and let them, sit there. Then you're going to want to shake your strainer just a bit to make sure any excess juices get out. Next, go over to your bowls and pour the mushrooms into one of them. After that, grab your strainer once more and put it back into the sink. If I were you, I would wash it out so there's no mushroom juices. After you've done that, go and grab your potatoes in a can. Yours shouldn't be in a can, they should be chopped up fresh, but mine are in a can. Then, you're going to want to pour them into your strainer, as before. And as you can see, I couldn't get some of mine out, so I tried once more, and then I gave up because they wouldn't come out. After you've given up for the 10th time, you're going to want to go over and pour those into the bowl like you did the mushrooms. Now, as we can see here, our water is only steaming. That's good, but we want boiling, so we'll come back later and see how it's doing then. Next, you're going to want to go and put your strainer back into the sink for the third and hopefully final time. Go and grab your beans and be ready to pour those into your strainer. You will now pour the beans into the strainer and all of the juices with it. Make sure you get your juices out of it, because those will not taste good in your, depression soup. Let's check back on our water, and oh god, it's boiling! That means we need to hurry. Alright, you want to go and grab your beans, make sure they're washed, and then put them into this bowl as you've done the other ingredients. And then you can go over and put this in the sink and make someone else clean it, because it's not your job to clean it. Then you're going to want to get some sort of pork. We use, bacon. 2 strips preferred, and you're going to want to chop that up. I'm going to just cover it with my hand instead of chopping it up. Then turn your stove to about a 7, not an 8. Then you're going to want to grab your bacon bits, and you're going to just toss them right into the pot. And as you can see, I made one fall on accident, but you just leave that there and let it cook. Then you are going to want to grab your spoon and start to stir. I would stir for a solid 30 seconds. Next, go over and grab your potatoes and pour those into the pot as well. Don't pour too many like I did, or most of the soup will just be potatoes. Then, once more, you're going to want to stir for a solid 30 seconds. Next, go over and grab your mushrooms, and I would pour all of them in if I were you, as mushrooms can bring out flavor much more than the potatoes can. And finally, stir for 30 more seconds. And we bring in our final ingredient, the beans. This also, I would put more in. The more the merrier, as beans also bring a lot of flavor to this meal. And after you've poured in the amount of beans you want to put in, I would grab your spoon once more for the final time and stir it for 30 more seconds. And after you've done that, you can finally grab the pot of your bountiful soup, bring it right over to your table, and get out a bowl for you to serve yourself with. And now that you have your bowl and your pot of steaming soup, you are ready to eat.
Hello.
I am going to eat this. I am Olaf. I'm going to eat my delectable soup, which I have named Soup 2. At least that's what we called it back when I was a youngster. Now I'm going to try this out. Oh, this looks delicious. Bon appetit. Yes, it's not bad actually. Mmm, that's wonderful. I'm not going to try any of the bacon or the mushrooms, but these potatoes and the broth it's sitting in is quite good. I, Olaf, recommend this to everyone. You can't see it, but oh, I'm just poured it out of its bowl. You saw it earlier in the video. This is some good soup. Soup 2, the sequel, is what we used to call it. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make Soup 2 from the Great Depression. That's what we call it, Soup 2. Enjoy.